The News with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And downtown Utica, a beautiful place and a beautiful morning as well.
Yes, mild start. We had some thunderstorms last night, and this is the first time in a while that I woke up
to
some thunderstorms. They were loud, and I want to recap those in a few minutes. But again, this morning it's a mild start. Let's take a look at those current conditions out there this morning, and so far, again, 60s and 50s across a lot of the region, lingering clouds, some patchy drizzle as well. And although this morning might start out a little bit damp, that's not going to be the story for the entire day today as dry weather moves in later on. But Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, just a few spotty showers here and there. But if you're wondering what you woke up to last night, lots of lightning and lots of thunder. Those thunderstorms yesterday evening didn't tap into all that thunderstorm fuel, so the following front overnight produced all of that lightning and thunder. A lot of bark and no bite, though. Not a whole lot of wind associated with that system as it passed through. But for today, though, again, morning clouds, mild start, up into the 70s by this afternoon with plenty of sunshine by the evening. Looking to be a great end to the day today. We're tracking more dry weather that will extend into the start Memorial Day weekend. We'll talk about that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning. The time now is 5:11. We're taking a look at what you can expect as you head out the door this morning on your Munson Commute Cast. To start out, as we mentioned a few minutes ago, Route 28 is now open for traffic. Aside from still some painting of the lines, your commute on Route 28 from Cooperstown North or from I-90 or Mohawk German Flat South is going to, of course, be a lot quicker. How quick? Well, back to the normal commute time of 27 minutes to 29 minutes, both directions from Cooperstown to I-90. And again, besides that, no other updates expected for the rest of the morning commute times here across central New York. Let's take a live look along I-90 and the arterial, and then finally Route 49 and Route 5S across parts of the Mohawk Valley. And so for today, again, we're starting out with some clouds, mild conditions, temperatures in the 60s and 50s. By this afternoon, plenty of sunshine, no impact expected to travel. We are tracking what you can expect again for tomorrow with some sunshine and then eventually into the weekend in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The school year at SUNY Oneonta may be...
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. After a very hot stretch the past few days, we'll start to see a little bit of a cool down today and tomorrow, but the cool down will not feel like a typical cool down, more like average temperatures for this time of year. A live look in Oneonta right now. We got some lingering clouds, lingering drizzle, still a bit damp this morning, but this will not be the story for the entire day today. We got 63 degrees at Griffith and Rome. Still looking a little bit humid, but humidity will begin to break as the afternoon continues on. And regarding temperatures, no more 80 to near 90-degree temperatures expected today. We're talking about mid-70s for highs. And again, regarding that humidity, it will continue to decrease from the muggy conditions in the 60s down into the low 50s, which is much more comfortable to open up those windows by the evening hours. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We aren't done with rain chances just yet. Now, the thunderstorms that rolled through overnight ate up all that thunderstorm fuel. We're not expecting any more storms this morning for pretty much most of the Mohawk Valley. But the cold front is actually just outside of Oswego, and this will continue to sweep more and more eastward throughout the day today. So speaking of, do we have dry weather in the near future? Well, the answer is yes. Looking to go do some lawn mowing for the next few days. This evening looking good, but if you want to wait for the grass to dry entirely, wait till tomorrow and Saturday. We got completely dry days at this point. Our next chance of rain looks to arrive Saturday night. And so, bigger picture, here's that frontal boundary out to the west, and the trailing edge of that system will begin to push through by roughly the early afternoon today, noontime, 1 p.m., and those clouds will give way to plenty of sunshine by this evening. So zooming in on our Skycast, today remaining in the 70s, breezy by the afternoon, but still plenty of sunshine, great end of the day today. By tonight, clear skies, lows will fall down into the low 50s. Then by tomorrow, 60s, warming up to the mid 70s, plenty of sunshine. Aside from the breeze, I would call it simply a top 10 day, my pick of the week for the next few days. And then again, dry weather sticks around into the evening and a dry start to Memorial Day weekend on Saturday with temperatures climbing into the 70s, partly cloudy skies, and then rain eventually arrives by the overnight hours. But for today, though, we're talking about temperatures in the 70s and eventually the 50s by the overnight hours. But again, your 7-day forecast, my pick of the week for tomorrow, temperatures in the 70s, overnight rain Saturday, dry again for Sunday, but it's not looking good rain-wise for Memorial Day at this point. So temperature's not too bad, but if you're heading out, recommend packing that umbrella for any Memorial Day festivities. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The new class of weight loss drug 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And boy, did I get awoken.
Yes, I was sound asleep, and I normally don't wake up to thunderstorms, and that crack of thunder woke me right up. I was scared. I looked at the radar, and of course, there's all those thunderstorms.
And then you couldn't sleep, right?
Then I couldn't sleep. So we're all in this together, guys. We're all very tired this morning. But a live look at the current conditions out there this morning, a lot more quiet. We have some sunshine peeking out, but again, this morning is going to be damp. We're going to see a few clouds increase throughout the day. For example, out in Syracuse and Rochester, mostly cloudy skies as they head in our direction. Rain showers reported up in Saranac Lake. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Again, we're seeing some lingering drizzle along the trailing edge of this cold front, but recapping that thunderstorm that rolled through, look at all that lightning that passed through the Mohawk Valley. It's no wonder that it was a very loud lightning show. And for today, again, starting out with some clouds, lingering drizzle here and there, and temperatures in the 60s. But this afternoon, turning out to be a pretty pleasant day. The front passes, temperatures climb into the mid-70s, and the humidity will also decrease throughout the day. So I think this evening will be a great time to open up those windows and turn off that AC. We are tracking warmer temperatures into the weekend, but when will that rain arrive? We're talking about that in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. The international...
Welcome back. We are starting out by showcasing our photo of the day today, and this one was a great photo submitted on our website of the thunderstorm that rolled through the Mohawk Valley yesterday. And in fact, taking a look at it right here, take a look at this. Great lightning show in Paris and pretty much all of Mohawk Valley. This line of thunderstorms was extended from all the way north of the Mohawk Valley to all the way south of the Mohawk Valley, and it pushed through in the matter of 15 to 20 minutes, producing heavy downpours and lightning. But again, a lot of bark and not a whole lot of bite regarding wind damage or any damage in general. At least no reports that we know of have been submitted at this point. So great photo right here. If you want to submit a photo like this one, send to the link on top of your screen at WKTV.com/weather/pics. Well, this morning, a bit more quiet compared to overnight. We are tracking just some lingering light drizzle in areas out to the west. But for now, things are looking pretty quiet. We are tracking the end of this cloudy, damp start to the day and some sunshine for the afternoon, plus what we can expect in Memorial Day weekend in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. 50 days and counting until the best 15K in the country and the state.
Welcome back. We are starting out by showcasing our photo of the day today, and this one was a great photo submitted on our website of the thunderstorm that rolled through the Mohawk Valley yesterday. And in fact, Taking a look at it right here. Take a look at this. Great lightning show in Paris and pretty much all of Mohawk Valley. This line of thunderstorms was extended from all the way north of the Mohawk Valley to all the way south of the Mohawk Valley, and it pushed through in the matter of 15 to 20 minutes, producing heavy downpours and lightning. But again, a lot of bark and not a whole lot of bite regarding wind damage or any damage in general. At least no reports that we know of have been submitted at this point. So great photo right here. If you want to submit a photo like this one, send to the link on top of your screen at wktv.com/weather/pics. Well, this morning, a bit more quiet compared to overnight. We are tracking just some lingering light drizzle in areas out to the west. But for now, things are looking pretty quiet. We are tracking the end of this cloudy, damp start to the day and some sunshine for the afternoon, plus what we can expect in Memorial Day weekend in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. 50 days and counting until the best 15.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. Thunderstorms rolled through overnight and now things are much more quiet as we take a live look at downtown Utica. Overall, drying out, but we're not dry entirely as we are tracking the trailing edge of a cold front that will bring with it the potential for some lingering light drizzle. And of course, what you can see in the backdrop of Utica, cloudy skies. It is though 63 degrees in the city right now, 63 as well as we take a look at the conditions at Griffiths and Rome. Still a bit humid, dew point is 62 degrees, and this afternoon we will climb into the mid-70s for highs. But even though it is a relatively damp and humid start, the humidity will continue to decrease throughout the day today, and of course sunshine moves in, plenty of it, by the afternoon and evening. In a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, you can see the remnants of this cold front out to the west. Just a few spotty, lingering rain showers. Those thunderstorms overnight ate up pretty much all of that thunderstorm fuel that these showers could tap into. So the most part we're going to be seeing is potentially light to moderate drizzle for the remainder of the morning today. But following this morning, we actually have great weather for even doing some lawn mowing. Now today, the grass might still be a little wet, so if you want to hold off until tomorrow and Saturday, you got great news for you. You got dry weather for tomorrow. Same thing for most of Saturday. Our next chance of notable rain following this morning looks to be Saturday night and into Sunday. And so the bigger picture, we got a cold front sweeping through the region, the trailing edge of it along this cloud line right here, and this will pass through by the late morning, eventually early afternoon, and sunshine moves in and it sticks around for a little bit. And so in our Skycast, 60 to 70s across the area for this morning, remaining into the mid-70s by this afternoon. A bit breezy, but the humidity will break and sunshine will be plentiful. And then by tonight, clear skies, lows will fall back down into the 50s. And then for tomorrow, same story. We've got sunshine, temperatures in the 70s. In my opinion, the best day of the next 7, as the humidity will be low, mid-70-degree temperatures, although slightly breezy and plenty of sunshine. Clear skies continue into Saturday and for the start of Saturday afternoon before more rain showers arrive Saturday night. And so for today, high of 77, a damp start, sunny evening. By tonight, a low of 54 with mostly clear skies. Your 7-day forecast. My pick of the week for tomorrow, high 76, plenty of sunshine. The weekend, overnight rain Saturday, sunny Sunday, but unfortunately the good news ends there as rain showers arrive on Memorial Day for the most of the afternoon, temperatures in the 70s. So grab that umbrella if you're heading to anything on Memorial Day. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Well, as we head into the...
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Thursday. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And I know you mentioned it as well, but about 12:30 this morning, boy, did I get wakened up.
Yes, loud thunder, loud bright lightning too, and I mentioned earlier, I don't normally wake up to thunder and lightning, and this time it was loud enough where I woke up too. And now we're seeing a live CM Oneonta, a much different story to start today. In fact, a live look at those current conditions across central New York. It's in the 60s, a mild start with some lingering clouds arriving from the west. And it's still a bit damp too. Humidity is still high, and we're not done with rain chances just yet as we take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. And notice out to the west, a front is arriving here in central New York. We're just recapping that insane lightning show we saw overnight passing through Utica. Look at the amount of lightning as it moved through the region. And for today, no lightning is expected as that storm pretty much gobbled up all the fuel that the thunderstorm needs to produce lightning. And we're talking about mainly dry weather by this afternoon, this evening, as temperatures climb into the mid-70s. So it's going to be a great evening. And on top of that, we're tracking nice weather for tomorrow and into the start of Memorial Day weekend. We'll talk about that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Staying on the story.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. It is 6:11. It's time now for your Munson Commute Cast as we get you set for your commute to work and on your commute home. First off, a live look at traffic flow data coming in live this morning. And a heads up, as we mentioned a few minutes ago, that Route 28 is now back open in the connection between Jordanville Road and German Flats while bridge work was being done. It was done a little bit earlier, and so now today, aside from potential flagging delays due to painting the lines, you can use Route 28 as it is back open. And that commute time now drastically reduced from around 50 or so minutes down to right around a half hour, both directions heading north and south along Route 28. And besides that, no other impacts and no other traffic reports or closures to report as of this morning. As we take a look at drive conditions and drive times along I-90, the arterial, and then finally Route 5S and Route 49. And so this morning, a little damp with some mixture of clouds and sunshine, and by this afternoon, plenty of sunshine and temperatures in the mid-70s. Gary?
Thanks. The school year at SUNY Oneonta may be over.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. After some thunderstorms overnight and a few storms yesterday evening, the storm potential has quieted down for the daytime today. In fact, a live look at downtown Utica. We've got a mix of sun and clouds moving throughout the region early this morning. They'll continue to increase by the mid-morning as a cold front moves to the region. And although it is technically a cold front, it actually won't cool things down too much as temperatures will continue to climb into the 70s by this afternoon. In fact, 63 in Utica, same thing in Rome with still notable humidity this morning. And the temperatures, again, climbing into the mid-60s, or mid-70s, I should say, but with the dew points or the humidity, it will continue to decrease throughout the day today, falling down from the muggy side to the dry side, in fact, comfortable side, with potential for, I would say, open windows for tonight. Dry out all the humid air as we have seen the humidity and the heat for the past several days. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Again, it's mostly dry right now, but our attention to the west, seeing some trailing rain showers along that cold front, and that'll sweep through by the mid to late morning. And that's our best chance of rain, at least between now and the overnight on Saturday. So if you are planning to do some yard work or mowing the lawn, again, today, this evening, looking pretty okay. But if the grass and lawns are still wet, I recommend holding off till Friday, tomorrow, and Saturday, as it's looking entirely dry, and at least Friday, the best of the next few. Bigger picture, here comes that cold front sweeping through central New York, and following the passage of this frontal boundary, we'll start to see some sunshine move in, and lots of it by this afternoon. And so for today, lingering clouds and drizzle, damp conditions. The humidity will decrease by this afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the mid-70s, and overall going to be a pretty nice evening, aside from a decent breeze from the northwest. And then by tonight, still looking at clear skies. Lows will fall down into the low 60s to as low as the upper 50s. And then by tomorrow, back up into the 70s. I would say our best day of the next 7 with plenty of sunshine, 70s and low humidity. And that dry weather sticks around for the remainder of the day, into the overnight and into the start of Memorial Day weekend. But then some rain showers will begin to arrive as we approach the overnight hours on Saturday. But for today, though, a high of 77, a damp start with a sunny evening, and then by tonight, lows will fall down into the 50s under mostly clear skies. Your 7-day forecast, we got a very beautiful day tomorrow. My pick of the week, I put my gold star right there. Then by Memorial Day weekend, dry for Saturday, overnight rain showers, dry for Sunday. Not looking too good in terms of dry weather for Memorial Day itself. So if you are heading out on Monday, I recommend grabbing an umbrella. Gary?
And today looks good for the most part.
Oh, yeah. By the evening, absolutely beautiful weather.
That's for sure. Eric, thanks. The new class of WAIT 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And more pop-up thunderstorms like we saw overnight today?
Well, thankfully, no. We actually
good.
have a much nicer evening expected today, but the start today, a bit damp, a bit cloudy. Just take a live look outside right now. And in fact, look at those current conditions out there this morning. A mix of clouds, maybe a few peaks of sunshine. A mild start, though. Temperatures in the 60s. However, we're not done with rain chances just yet today. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We are tracking the arriving front out to the west, which could fire up a few additional light showers today, but thankfully the thunderstorm risk is all but gone. But those of you who woke up to some very loud rumbles of thunder last night, here is the culprit. Take a look at how much lightning took place in that system as it passed through the right in the heart of the Mohawk Valley in downtown Utica and areas into Herkimer County. But for today, though, we're talking about lingering clouds to start. Temperatures in the 60s, damp, still humid out, but the humidity will break as we approach the afternoon, and the temperatures climb only into the mid-70s. Believe it or not, we're talking about only in the mid-70s after a very warm stretch of weather the past few. And following today, we are tracking what to expect regarding dry weather into Memorial Day weekend and our next chance of rain in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The international community is turning up.
Good morning and welcome back. Our weather photo of the day today is going to recap the thunderstorms that rolled through overnight last night, and they were, to put it lightly, very loud. And this photo brings it to justice. Look at these lightning bolts, the lightning show taken in Paris here in central New York. And again, just absolutely, I would say, almost felt like it was morning again with the amount of lightning strikes we were seeing. And those storms tapped into that instability in the atmosphere, and now things are quieting down. If you want to submit a photo like this amazing shot right here, send to the link on top of your screen at WKTV.com/weather/pics, or go to the website. You can find the button on the top of the website banner itself. Now, to the weather. Well, this morning we are tracking mainly dry conditions outside of our viewing area. We do have a few rain showers out near, I would say, Oswego, Syracuse, pulling a bit more to the east. And these showers are not looking to be notable, potentially just some light drizzle here and there. And again, today, after some clouds and morning rain showers here and there, we actually dry out with sunshine by the afternoon and temperatures in the 70s. Let's know exactly how long that dry weather sticks around and when our next chance of rain is in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. 50 days and counting until the best.
York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. We're tracking some clouds and some light drizzle here and there this morning, but Following that, this afternoon will actually turn out to be pretty nice. A live look at downtown Utica right now, still looking at cloudy skies, recapping a active night of thunderstorms, at least temporarily. But it's currently 65 degrees in the city. In Rome, a few degrees cooler at 63 degrees, but notably the humidity is still on the higher side, but that might change throughout the day today. As you take a look at those temperatures climbing into the mid 70s, so no 90-degree days expected, at least for today and tomorrow and the weekend, but we might see a little bit of warm up then. But the main point are the dew points, or the feels like humidity, how damp the air feels. And notice it goes from the 60s down to the 50s. You'll feel a lot more comfortable this evening. I would say pretty much great weather to open up those windows and air out the house and turn off the AC. You probably won't need it by this evening with temperatures, again, still in the 70s. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, a live radar. We're not done with rain just yet. We got a cold front arriving from the west. This will bring with it the chance for some showers. And so far, we're not expecting anything regarding heavy downpours, thunder and lightning, just the typical light drizzle to light rain, as most of that fuel in the atmosphere was burned off by those overnight thunderstorms. But if you have any plans to go out and do some yard work or some mowing the next few days, you could do it today. The grass might still be a little bit on the damp side, but if you want to hold off, we got nice weather for tomorrow and Saturday, so you don't have to do the mowing for today or for tomorrow as well. But then rain showers, our next chance, will arrive overnight Saturday. And so the bigger picture, cold front moving through much of the northeast, and you can very clearly see the definition of it right here along that cloud line, and that'll sweep through, and then sunshine will move in by this afternoon. And so on our Skycast, temperatures in the 70s today with skies clearing and overall lower humidity. Give me a nice evening to spend time outside, although the winds might be a little bit on the breezy side. Then by tonight, clear skies, lows falling down into the 50s, and then by tomorrow, a dry start once more, dry afternoon, beautiful weather expected for your Friday. And that nice weather will actually continue into the start of Memorial Day weekend, with Saturday being sunny, temperatures in the upper 70s by the afternoon. And then following that, though, we return to potentially some rain showers overnight. But for today, though, high is 77, damp start with a sunny evening. By tonight, a low of 54 under mostly clear skies. Your 7-day forecast, my pick of the week, is tomorrow. 70s, sunshine, great weather, dry start Saturday. Same thing for Sunday, but unfortunately the rain looks to arrive on Memorial Day, looking widespread and light. So if you have any plans on Memorial Day, I recommend grabbing that umbrella, but you won't need it for this afternoon as we got nice weather in store. Gary?
Eric, thank you. Well, as we head into the Memorial Day weekend,
now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And bam, did we get that overnight or what? Holy cow.
Very, very loud thunderstorms overnight, even woke me up, and I
Yeah.
usually snooze right through those thunderstorms like it's nothing. And so, yes, thunderstorms rolled through this morning. Thankfully, not a whole lot of activity regarding those as well. But let's take a look at what's going on out there early this morning across central New York. And again, we're talking about a relatively mild start. Temperatures are in the 60s at this point with damp weather for the most part, but it's not raining, at least for now. Areas out in the west could start to see some of those rain showers begin to form. A live look at the radar, the trailing edge of this cold front is arriving to the west of Oneida County at this point, but you can see it's nothing too major, no stronger rain or even thunderstorms. So we're just recapping those thunderstorms that rolled through overnight. Take a look at some of these lightning strikes that moved through Utica. Very, very, very loud. And for today, though, temperatures in the 60s. This to start with lingering clouds. Warming up, though, into the 70s by this afternoon. The humidity will lower. It's going to be a great evening, great stretch of weather for tomorrow and for the start of Memorial Day weekend, but we are tracking the arrival of another round of rain. We'll let you know exactly when that arrives in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Staying on the story of the farm.
From From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. This Thursday starts out with lingering clouds and spotty drizzle, but if you notice on our satellite feed, we got a very defined line, and that's where some sunshine will begin to move in following this morning and early part of this afternoon. But a live look at downtown Utica. Again, it's a damp, dreary start to the day after a few peaks of sun moved in, and you're probably wondering, is it going to be like this all day long? But again, the answer is going to be a pretty strong no, because lots of sun moves in. It's going to feel very nice by this afternoon and this evening. Currently 64 at Griffiths and Rome, with still notable humidity with dew points in the low 60s. Now throughout the afternoon we climb into the mid to upper 70s, and something to note too, it's been humid the past few days, but humidity will slowly decrease as that cold front moves through central New York. Dew points in the low 50s mean it's very comfortable. You can turn off the AC today and open up those windows. It's going to be very refreshing air across the region. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. As you mentioned, we're not done with rain showers just yet. However, these rain showers are a lot less strong than those thunderstorms we heard overnight that may have woken you up as well as me. But regardless, these showers will move through, and following this, dry weather begins to arrive by this afternoon. So if you're planning on doing some mowing the next few days, you could do it this evening, but if the lawns are still a bit damp, I would hold off until tomorrow or Saturday, as our next chance of seeing any notable rain showers looks to be Saturday night and into early Sunday morning. Bigger picture, showers ahead of a cold front continue to move through the region, but you can see that well-defined line of that cold front. Clouds give way to sunshine, and the dry weather remains for the entire rest of the evening. And so in our Skycast, clouds, damp conditions here and there, temperatures climbing into the 60s, eventually the mid to upper 70s by this afternoon. And notice lots of sunshine, a little breezy, but humidity will be, again, a lot less to this evening compared to this morning. Then by tonight, clear skies, lows fall back down into the 50s. By tomorrow, same story, except this will be more of a dry day. In fact, top 10 day, in my opinion, with temperatures climbing into the mid to upper 70s, plenty of sunshine, dry weather, of course, and low humidity. The dry weather sticks around once more as we head into Friday night and into early Saturday. And to start Memorial Day weekend, it's looking pretty nice. Warming up into the 70s, mixture of sunshine and clouds by the afternoon. But then by the evening and overnight, after sunset, is when our next chance of rain arrives from a weakening cold front once more. But for today, though, a high of 77, a damp start with a sunny evening. Tonight, a low of 54 under mostly clear skies. Your 7-day forecast. My pick of the week is tomorrow. Sunshine, 70s, low humidity, great weather. Starting out nice Saturday and Sunday, with overnight rain Saturday night into Sunday morning. Unfortunately, though, Memorial Day looking a little bit to be of a washout with widespread rain. Definitely recommend grabbing that umbrella if you're heading to any activities outside on Memorial Day.
And that was Ashley Kuzakanki reporting from Catskill. Now taking a look at the weather. Beautiful outside.
Yeah, the clouds are clearing, the sunshine is moving out, and we're going to be seeing a lot more of that, not only for today, but for the next several days. I'm looking forward to all that sun and not nearly as hot conditions as well. Let's take a look at those current conditions outside right now. First off, across the New York State Mesonet Camera Network, gorgeous blue skies working in from the west. Now there is still some lingering clouds in areas out to the east. For example, in Oppenheim, Springfield, still looking at lingering clouds from that front. But following that, the sun is continuing to move in from the west. Now, current local temperatures, 70 in Westmoreland, 67 in Westernville, 72, very balmy up in Lowville at this point, and even up in Long Lake, currently at 66, 70 to the south in Little Falls, and then finally in the Southern Valley, 66 Cooperstown and Unadilla, 67 in Norwich, and 71 degrees in Sherburne. The radar is quieting down, and this will be a common sight for pretty much the rest of the next several days. Our next chance of rain could be arriving as early as this Memorial Day weekend. How early? And will arrive during the daytime. We'll talk about those chances coming up in a few minutes. But again, today, plenty of sunshine, we're going to talk about, again, that Memorial Day weekend forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Thanks. Well, you might notice white bucket trucks up in a number of Utica neighborhoods right now. They're from a company called GoNet Speed. They're installing the infrastructure.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. Today started out a bit on the gloomy side with clouds and damp conditions, but a cold front has passed, although lightly. It's not produced anything major aside from skies clearing and gradual lessening of humidity across the region. A beautiful shot right there facing the western sky as blue is starting to move in. And again, that will be a common sight, not only for the rest of today, but into tomorrow and the start of Memorial Day weekend. Currently 68 and sunny, so a little cooler. In fact, about 20 degrees cooler than yesterday at this point. But again, dew points down since this morning. Drier air is continuing to move in. And those temperatures climbed into the 70s by this afternoon, between roughly 4 and 5 p.m., the warmest time of the day today, as that sun is going to continue to increase those temperatures. But regardless, the radar looking pretty quiet. Rain showers exiting our region to the south and to the east. And a reminder, though, that now that rain has exited central New York, there could still be places where the lawns are a bit damp, but we got a good stretch for yard work, especially mowing the lawn for this evening and for pretty much all of Friday and all of Saturday. Our next chance of rain looks to arrive Saturday night. And so, how's the Memorial Day weekend forecast looking? Well, Saturday, upper 70s, plenty of sunshine. Rain arrives overnight. Then Sunday, lingering showers and clouds give way to sunshine once more, but it's not looking so pleasant regarding dry weather as we approach Memorial Day itself. Unfortunately, though, we're tracking widespread rain arriving from low pressure. But temperature's not too bad, in the 70s though, so if you have any outdoor plans expected, recommend packing that umbrella just in case. And so our skycast showing this morning as generally cloudy and generally damp, but this afternoon, 2 p.m., lots of sunshine, temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. By 5 p.m. for your evening commute, still looking pretty dry and plenty of sunshine, so you might need those sunglasses as you head home from work. And overnight tonight, we're still looking at completely dry conditions. Heading into around 8 a.m. tomorrow, still looking pretty sunny. Sunny afternoon, around 1 p.m., and same thing for the evening. So we got plenty of nice weather for tomorrow, easily one of the best days of the next several. Then following Friday, heading into Saturday, still dry start, a few more clouds in the sky developing by around noontime Saturday. And then by the evening, notice the very leading edge of rain showers will begin to arrive by the late evening, roughly 8 to 10 p.m. on Saturday. So the heads up that weekend's not going to be entirely dry, but at least for the most part, the rain will stick to the overnight hours. And so for today, though, high is 77. It was a damp start, but sunshine moves in for the rest of this afternoon. By tonight, a low of 54 with mostly clear skies. Your 7-day forecast, my pick of the week with a gold star for tomorrow. Sunshine, 70s, low humidity, great weather outside. Only setback might be a bit breezy out with wind speeds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Overnight rain Saturday, dry for most of Sunday. As I mentioned earlier, rain arrives on Memorial Day itself. But we have 2 of the 3 days most entirely dry, so we'll take that if we can get it, and we just hope that the rain delays a little bit longer for Memorial Day.
Let's hope.
Let's hope, yeah.
Eric, thanks. Meanwhile, dangerous weather continues to sweep across. Residents in a number of states down south woke up this morning to another round of storm damage. NBC's Jesse Kirsch is in Greenfield, Iowa, which resumes cleanup from a direct hit by a massive tornado on Tuesday.
We're in the small city of Greenfield, Iowa, population roughly 2,000 people, and officials say in this community at least 4 people were killed when a tornado ripped through here on Tuesday. Take a look at the aftermath here. These chunks of buildings effectively piled on top of each other across these lawns, and those structures are actually more intact than some of the others in this community. Just across the block, you can see piles of rubble covered in tree limbs and tree branches. This is the aftermath of that twister. Officials say, again, at least 4 people were killed, more than 30 people were injured. Now the cleanup is ongoing here at a time that is also filled with grief. Back to you.
NBC's Jesse Kirsch reporting from Iowa. Coming up, here's now to our weather. A nice, cool, maybe almost normal May day now today, right?
Yes, back to normal. No longer seeing that semi-heat wave of 80s and near 90. But with the clear skies moving in, we have a potential to see the flower moon tonight.
Wow, and we did have a call into the newsroom wondering what's going on with the moon, right?
Yes, and the moon, as answering the question, is rising around 9:07 tonight. And again, it's the flower moon, which is the first full moon in May. And so let's take a look at those times right now. First off, starts to rise at 9:07. The moon set at 5:43 tonight. But this is not the only astronomical event taking place tonight. If you are willing to stay up even later, why don't you catch the ISS flyby tonight at between 10:40 and 10:50. Visible for about 4 minutes. It appears in the northwest sky, disappears in the southeast sky, and nearly 80 degrees above the horizon. So it can be very bright and clearly visible across the area. So if you want to stay up later on before the evening shows tonight, great opportunity to catch the ISS. Around the state right now, currently in the 60s, out in Syracuse, already in the mid-70s, and sunshine is starting to move in after a very dull morning. And for the rest of the afternoon, we are tracking sunshine, dry weather, again, clear skies tonight. And this dry weather continues into the next few days. However, we are tracking our next chance of rain, which could arrive during the weekend. We'll talk about those chances in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The school year at SUNY Oneonta may be.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. The sunshine is moving in after a cloudy morning, and it's so far turning out to be a great afternoon and evening with temperatures starting to climb into the 70s. A live look at downtown Utica at this point. Still gorgeous blue skies, officially 70 in downtown Utica, but at Griffith Rome, a couple of degrees cooler, sitting at 68. But the one thing to note here, the dew point temperature, and that's the biggest key in determining how humid it feels like. And this morning it was in the 60s, this afternoon in the 50s, which means that humidity is dropping, the air is feeling a lot more refreshing, and also means that you can open up those windows and let in all that fresh air and turn off those ACs for today. Regarding those temperatures, again, climbing into the mid-70s by this afternoon. We're thinking 4 to 5 p.m., the warmest time of the day today. Wind speeds still a bit notable, 5 to 10 miles per hour, so a decent breeze. But regardless, the cloud cover pretty much non-existent following this afternoon, lingering into the overnight. Radar is quiet and dry. Those rain showers from that cold front are continuing to shift east, and dry weather is moving in behind it. And this will be a common sight, not only for the rest of today, but into the next few. So if you have any yard work plans, any mowing plans, you could do it today. But if the grass is still wet, I do recommend holding off until tomorrow or Saturday. The weather looks to cooperate for both days heading into Memorial Day weekend. And speaking of Memorial Day weekend, the forecast for it calls for sunshine for Saturday and the second half of Sunday. There will be rain showers arriving overnight, Saturday night into Sunday, but following that, Memorial Day itself does not look to be the driest day as widespread rain moves in and temperatures fall down into the low 70s. But heading to our Skycast, a cloudy and dreary morning earlier on this afternoon, 2 p.m., plenty of sunshine, temperatures ranging in the 70s. Then by your evening commute, looking completely dry. Grab those sunglasses as you head home from work, and then by tonight, clear viewing of the ISS flyby and the flower moon, full moon tonight. And then by tomorrow morning, same story, dry start, dry afternoon, dry evening. Easily a top 10 day all across central New York for the rest of the work week. And then starting out for your evening commute Friday, we'll see a few clouds begin to pass north, mainly thin, wispy clouds. And for Saturday, start of the weekend, You can see here a few passing clouds, still looking dry, but then here comes those rain showers around 8 to 10:30 on Saturday. But for today, though, high is 77. After a damp start, we got a nice sunny evening. By tonight, a low 54 with mostly clear skies. 7-day forecast. My pick of the week, top 10 day tomorrow, sunshine 70s. Dry weather for most of the day, Saturday and Sunday. Rain arrives as we head into Memorial Day, unfortunately. So if you have any plans outside during the day, I recommend keeping that umbrella handy. Hopefully things change and we dry out a little bit, but the good news is Saturday and Sunday during the daytime is looking mainly dry.
Good for us.
Yes.
Pray for the best on Monday. Eric, thanks. Well, this Saturday, May 25th.
Time now for a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's been nice to get the day off yesterday. Talking about some really nice weather here today. We're tracking some dry weather as we look ahead. Let's take a look at the radar this evening. Things are looking very quiet, and that is going to be the case as we head into the start of the holiday weekend. With clear skies in place, temperatures are going to cool off quickly. We'll see overnight lows drop down into the 50s. Current temperature is a very pleasant 76 with low humidity. Nice to get a break in the humidity today after some hot weather that we were dealing with over the past couple of days. We're tracking a top 10 day for tomorrow. Sunshine, beautiful. I wish to say that it would last into the weekend, but it won't. We'll start the weekend out dry, but we are tracking some wet weather. It looks like Saturday nights as well as Monday could be wet here in central New York. Partly sunny skies this evening, temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s. We're taking a look at that holiday weekend forecast coming up. Kristen, back to you.
Uticans and those of you living in the suburbs will soon have another choice for internet.
You might have seen GoNetspeed's bucket trucks out and about, like this one, today on Euclid Road in North Utica. They're laying the fiber infrastructure to bring thousands of customers online. They're making a $60 million investment in Greater Utica. They did their research before choosing to come here, and they say they expect to be in high demand.
Yeah, this is a year-long process as we go looking into an area, and we determine who the current providers are. So in the Utica market, there's a cable provider and there's a traditional telephone company. So there is no fiber provider here today.
And he says fiber means high speed and service that's not affected by weather. They expect to be able to hook up their first customer sometime later this month. Packages start at about $55 a month.
Developing news on
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're getting ready for the holiday weekend, and we think that the weather will generally cooperate. We are going to be tracking some rain showers here for the holiday weekend, specifically Saturday night. So these showers arrive very late Saturday. They're here Saturday night. A few of them could linger very early into Sunday, but we left it off the 7-day for now. Temperatures will be in the 70s throughout the weekend. On Memorial Day, the weather's not looking great. We're expecting widespread showers, even a few thunderstorms, temperatures in the lower 70s. So you're going to have to work around some rain showers here over the weekend. But I think 2 of the 3 days will be mostly dry, which for our climate is not bad. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A beautiful day today after starting out unsettled. Skies are clear for tonight's full moon, which rises just after 9 o'clock. It'll be in the sky until tomorrow morning, just before 5:45 is when the moon is expected to set. It's called the full flower moon. Of course, this is the time of the year where the flowers are out, and that's where it gets its name. Looking to cut the lawn, the weather should cooperate. Tomorrow should be a beautiful day to do that. We're looking at plenty of sunshine. On Saturday, you want to get the cut in early, but again, you've got most of the day to do that. And then Sunday, there could be some wet spots in the morning. The weather looks dry throughout the day, so the later the better. Temperatures across the area this evening, Dollar 76, Little Falls 78, Westmoreland 77. Across Southern Valleys, Norwich 73, as well as Oneonta, Cooperstown with 75. Big dome of high pressure in control of our weather for the next 24 hours. That will keep things very quiet across the Northeast, and that, again, keeps the sunshine around. Tonight, skies remain mostly clear. Overnight lows drop down into the low 50s, so a cool night, comfortable night. You can open up the windows, air out the house. Friday should be a beautiful day, lots of sunshine. Temperatures look to climb into the low to mid 70s, a light and generally pleasant breeze. It looks cool Friday night. Overnight lows drop into the upper 40s, so kind of a cool night across the area. But Saturday, again, looks nice. We're expecting sunshine in the morning. Clouds start to thicken up in the afternoon. High temperatures climb into the upper 70s. Again, the chance for rain looks to be very late Saturday, and most of the rain looks to fall Saturday night. Tonight, looking at mostly clear skies, low of 51. Tomorrow, a top 10 weather day. Beautiful. 76 for the high, a light but generally pleasant breeze. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Rain is expected Saturday night. Should be over with by Sunday. Sunshine for the most part over the weekend. Monday looks unsettled, 72. We get into a cool, cloudy weather pattern after the holiday weekend. Temperatures in the low 60s heading into Wednesday and Thursday.
Where were you yesterday? We missed you. We held down the fort without you.
Celebrating a milestone.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Bill
Happy
Curtis.
birthday, my friend. Hurricane season in the Atlantic.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're tracking beautiful conditions across central New York. A live look in the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It is dry. It will be a very lovely evening across central New York. The weather remains dry over the next couple of days, even as we start the weekend. Is it safe to plant? For most of us, yes. We are now past the frost season. The only spot that we would want to continue to be careful about planting is in the absolute coldest spots in our area. That includes the Adirondacks. While there's no frost in the future here, at least for the next 7 days, it's still possible to get a very late season frost into early June. We talk about areas like Hamilton County and again some of the coldest pockets of Herkimer County. Live look in Old Forge, a temperature of 69 degrees. It's black fly season in the Adirondacks. As far as activity goes, it is hit or miss. Some days are really bad, some days are not, and it can vary from place to place, but usually black fly season will continue here through about mid to late June. So just something to keep in mind if you're going to go out and do some hiking. Make sure you have ways to protect yourself because it could be really uncomfortable if you catch the wrong moment and those bugs are very active. The UV index is going to be high tomorrow at an 8 as we get closer to the summer solstice. We have to be very mindful of sunny days. We'll have a very high sun angle here for the next several weeks. So a hat, sunglasses, sunscreen. While it's not going to be a hot day, it could be uncomfortable if you're going to be outside in the middle of the day with that, again, that really, really bright sunshine. Sky watchers, 73 degrees in Whitesboro, Barneveld 72, Cassville, Helen checks in with 74, Norway 73, and Jeff and Mohawk 74, Skenevis checks in with 79. We've got high pressure in control of our weather, which will keep us dry for the next at least 24 hours. And that means warm days and also cool nights. It's going to be a lot comfortable tonight. You can open up the windows, air out the house. Overnight lows look to drop into the 50s. So you can turn off the air conditioner if you've been using it for the past couple of nights. I don't think you'll need it. Friday looks like a beautiful day, comfortable, sunshine, a light breeze. Temperatures climb into the mid 70s. Friday night, a cool night. Overnight lows drop into the upper 40s. So maybe you close the windows, it'll be that cool. Refreshing start to Saturday. Plenty of sunshine expected, high temperatures in the 70s. Mostly clear tonight, low 51. Tomorrow, top 10 weather day, sunshine 76 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. We are tracking rain Saturday night, but I think most of that rain falls overnight. Sunday looks dry, 79. Widespread rain, thunderstorms possible on Memorial Day. A much cooler, unsettled weather pattern sets up as we head into the middle of next week with highs in the 60s Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We'll be right back.
For the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Turning out to be a lovely day today, much more comfortable than the past couple of days as the cold front moved through yesterday. We're seeing the after effects of this with clear skies and cooler conditions. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Current temperature 75 degrees. The dew point is down to 50. The air is much drier, and that also means it's going to cool off tonight. A nice start to the holiday weekend. It's going to be a top 10 day tomorrow. We should start out dry for Saturday. We are tracking some rain over the weekend, Saturday night as well as Monday. So it does look like we'll be dodging some wet weather here. But it doesn't look to be a complete washout for at least 2 of the 3 days. This evening, temperatures in the 60s, partly sunny skies cooling off. We're tracking again the holiday weekend forecast that's coming up. Back over to you.
Bill, thank you. Ahead of the Memorial Day.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Wow, feeling a lot more comfortable in the wake of that cold front. Let's take a look at the forecast heading into the weekend. The question is, can we continue this weather? We will tomorrow and most of Saturday, but there will be some wet weather to track along with some rain. Now, the good news is that the first round of rain falls almost entirely overnight. This would be Saturday into Sunday. Unfortunately, the next round of rain looks to happen during the day on Monday. Monday looking to be a washout, at least the way things are looking now. Widespread showers and thunderstorms, temperatures in the low 70s. As we get a couple of days closer to Monday, we'll have a better idea of timing out the extent of that rain and if there's going to be any breaks in the rain going forward. But again, right now, it's just a little too early to do that. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look quiet. It's going to be a lovely evening. Live look at downtown Utica, 74 degrees, partly cloudy skies. We're expecting partly cloudy skies tonight for the full moon, which rises just after 9 o'clock. It's the full flower moon. That's the name of the full moon given in the month of May. We should have a pretty good viewing of this tonight. Another thing to watch if you're going to be looking out for the full moon, the International Space Station. Tonight's flyby is special. This is going to be the highest that it passes all month long, almost directly overhead. When it's overhead, it's very, very bright. The timing of this, it begins at 10:43. Look to the northwest for what looks like a bright, fast-moving star. It's visible for 4 minutes tonight. And again, if you've never seen this before, I highly encourage you to check it out. Sunshine tomorrow, a high UV index of an 8. Make sure you're wearing sunscreen this time of the year. Sky watchers checking in, 73 in Whitesboro, Bob and Clinton 78, Norway Donna with 73 degrees, and Skinnevis with 79. We've got high pressure and control over our weather for the next 24 hours. Clear skies tonight. It does cool off quickly. In fact, I encourage you to open up the windows tonight, turn off the air conditioner if you've been using it. I don't think you'll need it tonight as overnight lows drop into the low 50s. Sunshine tomorrow, a beautiful day, a light breeze, temperatures in the 70s. Refreshingly cool tomorrow night. We drop down into the 40s briefly. And then Saturday, it's back to sunshine. Temperatures climb into the 70s. Mostly clear tonight, a low of 51. Tomorrow, a top 10 weather day. Sunshine, a high of 76. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Rain is expected Saturday night. Sunday looks beautiful. Temperatures in the 70s over the weekend. Widespread showers and storms on Monday. We get into a cool, cloudy, wet weather pattern just after the holiday weekend. So the timing here, for some of us, pretty good, at least having this rain during the week. Temperatures in the 60s.
All right, Bill, thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6, the Herkimer College softball. For a first look at the forecast tonight, we bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. And boy, what a lightning storm we had yesterday, for sure.
Yeah, this happened close to midnight in Yorkville. This picture taken from Nick. A lot of lightning with these storms yesterday. Not a lot of damage, which is good. We will be tracking some quieter weather as we head into the weekend. It looks like our next chance of storms might end up being on Memorial Day. Temperatures will be in the 70s here over the next couple of days. High temperature tomorrow of 76, a very pleasant day. Saturday and Sunday will close to 80, and then some cooler weather will be arriving as we head into early next week. Clear skies, a temperature of 59 degrees at Griffiths and Rome. Clear skies will remain clear as we head into tonight. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Overnight, we're down into the low 50s, so you can open up the windows, cool off the house. You don't need the air conditioner tonight. You won't for the next couple of nights, too. We're going to look at that forecast coming up. James, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Utica police are investigating the
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a look at the Memorial Day weekend forecast, and it looks like we're going to start out dry on Saturday. Temperatures are expected to be in the upper 70s. On Sunday, the weather also looks dry. Between Saturday and Sunday, we're expecting a round of rain to happen at night. We think it's going to be almost entirely at night. By the time we get into Monday, another weather system moves in. This one is going to linger for most of the day. We think Monday will be filled with showers, thunderstorms, and it's going to be humid but cooler with high temperatures in the low 70s. A live look outside tonight, the weather looks pretty quiet. Live look in downtown Utica. It is cooling off. We're looking at a temperature of 61 degrees. We've got that full moon in sight tonight. That'll be out throughout tonight. It sets tomorrow morning at about 5:45. The full moon in the month of May is called the full flower moon. Of course, we're now into spring. In a few moments, actually 10:43, so in about a half hour, the International Space Station makes a flyby, visible for 4 minutes. It's almost taking a path directly overhead, which means it's expected to be bright, and skies are expected to be clear, so it should be a pretty nice night to see that. The UV index tomorrow with clear skies and sunshine, it's going to be an 8. We've got to remember to wear sunscreen this time of the year. That sun angle is really high. We're only a few weeks away from the summer solstice. We've got high pressure coming in, and that will keep us high and dry throughout the day tomorrow. Eventually, a dying cold front will arrive as we head into Saturday night. That'll bring us our next chance of rain. Tonight, clear, cool. Again, open up the windows, air out the house. Overnight lows drop down into the low 50s. On Friday, it looks like a beautiful day. Sunshine to start, sunshine to finish. A breeze throughout the afternoon. High temperatures in the 70s, very comfortable. Cool weather tomorrow night with clear skies. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 40s. So another comfortable night for sleeping. And then Saturday, we're expecting partly sunny skies, high temperatures in the 70s with the chance for rain arriving very late Saturday. Mostly clear tonight, low 51. Tomorrow, sunshine, a beautiful day on a high of 76. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Again, Saturday late in the day is when we can expect to see some light rain. Again, most of that falls Saturday night. Sunday looks dry, beautiful. Monday, showers, thunderstorms. Not really a nice Memorial Day, but we're hoping to get 2 out of 3 dry days, and we are into a cool, cloudy, unsettled weather pattern as we head into next week.
But it's been fun while it lasted.
That's right.
All right, thanks, Bill. Coming up next, the governor. Time now for a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. So I have to admit, I did not get to run outside, and I did not see the ISS go over, and I still haven't seen the moon because I haven't been outside tonight.
I had an alert on my phone to go out and check, but then my phone went into focus mode because I was at work, and I never got the...
Oh, so you missed the 2. I hope if somebody got a picture of it, send us...
promoting it all day.
You forgot to.
We'll have other options.
These things happen. This happened tonight, though. Beautiful picture here.
If you miss the International Space Station, like us, we'll be posting more future chances. Full moon out there tonight. Don't take a peek before you're going to bed. It's really nice. This picture from Jaden. The full moon, by the way, in this particular picture looked a little bit orange because of something called Rayleigh scattering. That is the same reason why we have colorful sunsets. It's when light passes through more of the Earth's atmosphere and scatters more of those colors. So some interesting things can happen when the moon's very close to the horizon under special conditions. Temperatures are going to be in the 70s over the next several days. Some cooler weather ahead as we head into early next week. The forecast, though, heading into the holiday weekend looks pretty nice. Clear skies this evening, a temperature of 55 degrees. It is dry on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Tonight, we're expecting overnight lows in the low 50s. You can open up the windows, air out the house. We are tracking a nice start to the holiday weekend, but we do have some rain in the forecast, too. A look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. After weeks of...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are taking a look at the Memorial Day weekend forecast. And I know a lot of folks are making plans, and we're keeping an eye on the forecast here. The real challenge is timing out rain. We think that the rain is going to happen Saturday night. So most of Saturday looks dry, most of Sunday looks dry, but Saturday night, Saturday evening, these showers could arrive as early as sunset. And again, we think most of them arrive overnight. And then Monday looks to be a washout. An area of low pressure is going to linger, and that's expected to produce widespread showers, a few thunderstorms, and humid weather. Temperatures over the weekend in the upper 70s. By Monday, it cools down into the low 70s, again, mainly due to rainfall. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It is not raining. We are looking outside. Right behind the banner here is the full moon. It is shining brightly this evening. That moon will be out in the sky until about 5:45 tonight. The full moon for this month is called the full flower moon for the month of May. Our forecast as we look ahead, don't forget the sunscreen. We've got sunny skies tomorrow, and we're only a few weeks away from the summer solstice. The UV index, again, is an 8. It's almost the highest it is all year. Tomorrow will be a beautiful day, but if you're planning on spending a lot of time outdoors, again, make sure you wear sunscreen. Bigger picture shows high pressure in control of our weather. We're nice and dry for the short term. Eventually, a cold front to the west will catch up with us. That arrives late Saturday. Tonight, clear skies, open up the windows, air out the house. Temperatures fall into the low 50s. Beautiful day tomorrow. Lots of sunshine, a light breeze. Temperatures climb into the mid 70s. Cool skies, cool weather tomorrow night. Clear skies will drop down into the upper 40s. On Saturday, looks like a nice day, partly sunny skies. High temperatures climb into the upper 70s. And again, tracking those rain chances late in the day. Mostly clear tonight, low 51. Tomorrow, looking at sunshine, temperatures climb into the mid 70s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Looking at a few showers here late Saturday. Again, most of that rain arrives Saturday night. Sunday looks dry. Memorial Day, wet temperatures in the low 70s. Showers, thunderstorms, cooler weather as we look ahead to Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And behind us,
come back out to us,
we
Josh.
don't have to go outside. Actually, the moon, it's right above our heads, but we can see it.
Can you tilt
here.
up a little bit on the camera, Josh? There, whoa, right there. See, there it is. That is awesome.
Moon.
Coming up next,